Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for today's video. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for coming back, and if you are new to my channel or you're just knowing about my existence, thank you as well for clicking on this video. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to do your makeup if you have oily skin. I have oily combination skin. I tend to get oily mostly around my T-zone, the center of my face, like on my nose and around this area and here. I tend to get oily in those places. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how I do my makeup to last longer. So without much talking, let's get started. So first thing I do is to moisturize my face. My face is well moisturized, and then the next thing I do is to prime. So I'll be using my M.A.C Paint Pot to prime my nose and this area, because those are the places that tend to get really oily. Okay, this video will be a combination of talk through and voiceover. Firstly, always moisturize your skin before you apply anything to your face. The first step to do is to moisturize your skin. It doesn't matter if you have oily skin or dry skin, always moisturize, because if you don't moisturize your skin and you apply your makeup, your face will start to produce its natural oil, and that will start to break your makeup apart. So always moisturize. So after that, I'll go in with this Benefit Pore Primer. You don't have to put too much product on your face. For my foundation, I'll be going in with this Maybelline Fit Me foundation in 355. This used to be my color, but I'm darker than this color now, so I'll be mixing it with my Juvia's Place concealer. So I'll start dotting it around my face. So I would have gone over my primer with some powder, but I didn't do that because it is winter now and it is really dry here. But if you live in a hot climate, you can just go ahead and apply your powder before foundation. With a damp beauty blender, I'll start blending it out. So I started blending my foundation in with a damp beauty blender. You don't want to use a dry beauty blender. Always use a damp beauty blender. And as you can see, I'm not using so much foundation. If you have oily skin, you want to minimize the usage of cream products on your face. My personal formula is less cream products and more powder. The other thing is undertone. You have to know your undertone. As you can see, this foundation I'm using has a red tinge to it, not too red, but you can see that the foundation I'm using has some red in it. That is because I'm warm. I have warm undertone. I tend to gravitate towards neutral and warm foundation. You have to know your undertone so as to be able to make the right choice while buying a foundation. So after that, I'll go in with my Juvia's Place concealer. This is in the shade number 12. Another thing you don't want to do if you have oily skin is to wear a foundation that is lighter than your actual skin color. That is still forgiving for those people that has dry skin, but if you have oily skin, please don't wear foundations that are lighter than your actual skin color. Why I said it is forgiving on dry skin is that their foundation doesn't break, so they could still get away with wearing foundation that is maybe a shade or 2 shades lighter than their actual skin color. But for people that has oily skin, anything can happen to people that has oily skin. Your foundation can start to break, so you don't want people to be seeing another shade of color underneath your foundation. So if you are wearing a foundation that is exactly the same thing as your skin color, even if your foundation starts breaking, it will still look good. It won't look awful and ugly to people. So that is what I'm trying to explain here. You should always wear foundations that are the same color as your skin color. So I went ahead to apply my concealer and my contour, and I started blending out the contour first because I needed my concealer to dry down a little bit. If you are using a matte concealer, you don't need to wait for it to dry down, but this is a soft matte concealer. The Juvia's Place concealer is not very drying, so I needed it to dry down a little bit before blending it in. So I started blending it in. You want to blend in your concealer properly. You don't want to blend your concealer outwards too much. You don't want to blend your concealer into your hairline. You just want to focus blending your concealer around the center of your face. That is where we want to highlight. We don't want to highlight our hairlines. And I also blended the corners of my nose out properly. So after that, I immediately went in with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder around the places that I've highlighted. Then after that, I will go over my contoured area with my bronzer as well. So yeah. So I went in with my M.A.C Studio Fix powder. I like doing this so as to blend in everything properly, to blend in my highlight and my contour, so as to eliminate any harsh lines on my face.
His body, baby, oh Lord of His mercy. Hey, I say, I'm feeling all this, she already know this.
So when I was done, I went ahead with my setting spray so as to eliminate any powdery look, and after that, I went in with my highlighter.
You are murder me, eh, 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 eh. You are murder, 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 murder me. You are murder, 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 murder me.
This is the finished look, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and also share my video with family, friends, and your loved ones. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.
So make you go down, girl. Oh Lord, make you slow down, girl. Oh Lord, so make you go down, girl. Hey, make you slow down, girl. Oh Lord of His mercy. Hey. I'm feeling all this, she already know this. She want a bad man to come and video this. I'm feeling all this, she already know this. She want a bad man to come and video this. You are murder me, eh, 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 eh. You are murder me, eh, 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 eh. You are murder, 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 murder me. You are murder, 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 murder me. them, girl. So make you show them that you got it. The way that you wind that booty on me, you make me wanna sign that.